Welcome to the shit show.
Ooh, it is Thanksgiving Eve here in the United States of America. United States of America. It is November 26, 2025. It's another All Elite Wrap-Up. This is Wednesday night. This is post-Dynamite. Dynamite just got off the air a few minutes ago. We're glad you're with us. Normally, we would do this on a Thursday night, especially given that tomorrow night is Collision, right? We would normally wait for that, do them both at once. But it's a holiday, right? Tom's going to go see some family, I assume. We're going to go see some family, friends of family kind of thing. And so, you know, Thursday's a bad day around these parts of the world to do a show, you know? Yeah. We'll still play football. But, you know.
Yeah, but isn't Collision going to be more fun? Let's be honest. Like,
Collision will probably be more fun. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to murder the Cowboys, so like.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
Look, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. And maybe I've already told you this, but this season sucks. Like it's uninteresting.
I will say this. It's still mathematically possible to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but like wrap this shit up.
Yeah,
like
hurry this up.
You guys all like okay, look, I'm saying this as I understand the skill level, so take it with a grain of salt. But what I was going to say is like you all fucking suck. Like just regroup and do this shit again next year. You guys are all trash.
This where I look at it now where I'm like, all right, you got like, what is it, 8 games left or something, right? Or maybe less, and you can't lose one. If you're going to lose one, just have it be the next one so I can just stop doing this every week. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to lose
the stress of it, yeah.
Just lose it, man. Just lose it and let's go. Like you said, let's play it for next year.
Yeah.
Don't lose the last one, god damn it. Like you'll really piss me off.
Well, my thing is just like there's no one interesting this year. Like even the Bills, who fucking I hate the Bills, right?
So you mean NFL wide even. You're talking about
yeah, I'm not talking about the Chiefs. I'm talking about every single team is ass. Like every single one of them. I don't like watching.
Well, I'm a Chiefs fan, and every other team is ass. So,
but like the Bills, you know, I do not like the Bills. But Josh Allen, motherfucker, is the former MVP of last year's season, and he sucks. He can't even fucking do anything now. And it's just like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Fat. Maybe.
No, I don't.
The only thing I would say that would improve watching football is 2 things. 1, refs, get the fuck out of the way. No one wants to see your ass. If the play's fucking cool, then it stands. I don't like this. Did the ball touch the fucking ground and the ball? Shut the fuck up. And 2, get rid of Thursday night football. It's so fucking dumb. The games are always trash. It hurts the fucking players. Then our Sunday games suck. Fucking cut that shit out. That's your PSA for the fucking week.
I like it.
But anyhow, Collision. I'm excited for Eddie Kingston to fight Shibata, right? While I eat ciabatta bread.
Love Kingston, but like wherever they had him, it looked like it was an 80s video dating recording. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what was going on there.
The lighting was weird, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I did like? And we'll get into the whole recap. I did like the idea of when Lexi just knocked on the door for Kenny Omega and Kenny Omega walked out and was like, yeah, hey, what's up? Sure, I can answer a question. And then just went away. Now, again, I know the Young Bucks thing, but I think they should do more of that. Hey, we want to hear from you. We didn't really schedule this in advance on the fly. Can you do it? And they're like, yeah. And then they do it. And then that's it. And then we go to the next thing, you know? I like that. I like more realism, you know? Like, remember the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight? And they interviewed Mike Tyson in the locker room, and then he turned around and he wasn't wearing underwear. He just had his jockstrap on, so his ass was hanging out. Things like that. I'm not saying have your ass hanging out.
Wasn't there one where Terrell Owens had, like, the jersey's a onesie so that it doesn't come up all the time? And he was in the uniform with in the locker room with no pants on, and that thing was, like, wedged up half his ass, and people are like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, like, that's how it goes.
Hey man, you had to fight. You fight in what you're wearing. You know what I mean? You don't stop to think about it. You don't unsnap the onesie. All right,
exactly.
Tom, we've got a lot. I'm excited, man. So Thanksgiving, we've been talking about Full Gear. We're going to discuss the fallout of that as we talk about Dynamite. Dynamite is the opening matches of the Continental Classic, amongst other things. So much that we're going to talk about. But before we do that, we got to remind folks you can join us in the chat. Right? Why are you grinning?
Well, let's talk about Full Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about Full Gear?
Well, yeah, I wanted to remind everybody in the
Oh,
chat,
okay.
That they can. You're being weird. You
No.
type it in
Well,
the
'cause
chat. You
here's the
join
thing.
along with
The chat. Write some words. We'll read them.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Pants.
Yeah. Well, what's that shirt?
I promise. Oh,
What's
this
that
is
shirt?
a black
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Because here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you fucking lost, and
Oh,
I got
man.
the goddamn shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
you forgot to bring it to me.
Take your fucking shirt off. Take it off.
I can't.
Yep.
No, that
Yep.
would be a
Yep.
oopsie. I would have to mark this thing, like NC-17.
Give us
You
some
were supposed to
fucking
bring
views.
it. You never
Give
brought it. I don't.
Give us some fucking views. Take your shirt off.
Nobody will give thanks for that, huh?
Everyone get things. God damn it. All right.
Yeah,
so
why
I
didn't
got
you
to-
bring it?
I did. I did.
No.
Yes. Yep. I knocked on the door. Your dog said, "What's up?" I said, "Go get Tim."
My dog.
Your
said,
dog was
"What's
looking
up?"
for you. Yeah. I like a Dr.
That's when the
Doolittle.
dog. That's when the dog came in and said the Jehovah's Witnesses are here, and I
Yeah.
said send them on their way.
But the Jehovah's Witness had a fucking shirt. You still answer the door.
That was you.
Yeah. By the way, I always answer the door because I'm just like, why not? Let's have some fun.
You're right. Yeah.
There was one time when I was just like, I was fighting off a bad mood or whatever. And someone knocked on the door, and I think they were trying to do siding or whatever, And I walked by, and, there's a little window, how my front door is. And I just looked up. I go,
Yeah.
and he left.
Let you know that, I acknowledge that you're out
Yeah.
there. I'm just not answering this door.
Not today. Not
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
The one for me is, like I said, you don't knock on my front door. It's a long drive off the main road. You don't get up there by accident.
I know. I was there.
I've only lived there at the time of this story. I'd only lived there maybe a couple of weeks to a couple of months, and I got a knock at the door, and I open it, and it is two elderly ladies, had to be 70s, right? And they're like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hey," right? What you doing, ladies, right? And they are there to talk about, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, right? And I was like, "Ladies, you came all the way up here?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I look over, and I'm like, it starts getting weird because I don't see a car, right? And I'm like, "Where'd you park?" And they were like, "Down at the entrance." And I'm like, "You walked up the hill? So you walked up 1,500 feet up here?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, well, let's hear what you got," right? I was like, "What are you gonna
at least
say?
give
I'm
them the
not-
time of day.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
turn you away. You got a long walk back. I might as well let you keep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
used to
got?
do that shit, not the Jehovah Witness thing, but I used to sell Cutco knives and scissors,
yeah.
and I'd always knock on your door and be like, "Do you think I could cut this penny in half?" And I'd do it, and I'm like, "Oh," and they're like, "Whoa," and then I'm like, "Look at these knives." I remember one time I was just fucking around because you know how I get in my weird moods, and let's just say this was it. And I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "And this one, I don't even remember what it was." I was like, "And it's sharp," and I went like that. I was and I was like, "They're like, hey, man." I don't know why I did it.
You better buy a set of these fucking knives.
Well, I giggled, but I didn't fucking know the people.
Buy these knives. They're sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I remember. I was
They'll
just
cut
like, what the
anything. Okay.
I was just like, what the fuck did I just do?
I know.
Hey,
That's the weird one. Is when you in the back of your brain can process and talk to yourself and be like, "I'm an idiot. What the fuck did I just do that for?"
what did I
They might
do?
call the fucking police on me.
Yeah.
But you're like, "So anyway, it'll cut through bone. It'll cut through."
Yeah, I was just like, shut up. Yeah.
Got a pork chop? No problem.
Yep, exactly. Cutco. I mean, that shit is good too, by the way. I don't sell that shit anymore, but if you do need some knives, go get some Cutco. That shit is good for you. But you know what else was good for you? Pro wrestling. And
wrestling.
as we mentioned, I'm really good at picks. Tim obviously isn't. But Tim, that coward, didn't get the fucking shirt because he's a coward. And so I got it. And so that's why I'm all fucking moody. I'm all up and down. I don't even know what mood I'm in right now. I'm like happy and also perplexed and sad.
We lost the data, but if you'll remember, a bunch of surveys came in and people said they don't care about the shirt, right? Remember, we lost
Everyone
the data.
cares
so
about the shirt.
So I
Everyone
can't show
cares
you
about the
the
shirt.
reports, but
I get them to me. They go, "We love the shirt. Give it to Tim. We love the shirt. Give it to Tim. Yeah, they love when you have that shirt. People are sad. Yeah,
they do.
A
Yeah,
lot of
everybody
people are
should
sad.
watch. When we have these predictions games. So next week I'll have to wear the shirt when Tom
Yes,
actually
you will.
gets it to me. Tom is always slow about getting shirts out. That's a long
No,
running.
that's
thing
you.
here.
That's you. Ask Adam Pearson, world famous actor Adam Pearson, who needed a shirt, and you took 13 months, I believe it was, to get him a
Might have
fucking
been.
shirt.
That
Yeah,
might not be a wrong.
that wasn't.
estimate.
Yeah.
Look, times were different then, Tom. Times were different then. Some things change, some things don't. I don't know. We're here.
Yeah. Honestly, if you think about how long we've been doing this podcast and all the different iterations of technology, yeah, man, like Pro Wrestling Tees was not a thing when we started. You know what I mean?
No.
I just printed that shit off at a mall. Fucking remember that? A mall? I was at there printing shirts for us.
So many things weren't a thing. The world
Yeah.
was a different place.
Skype. Remember trying to use Skype? That shit.
We did. We used Skype for a while. That's right.
Yeah, they walked so Zoom could run. You know what I mean?
Gives me the runs. All right, Tom. I'm excited.
Coward.
Man.
Yes.
We'll get I'll wear the shirt next week. I'll wear it the next. What's the next pay-per-view we're rolling into here?
World's End.
World's End. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's coming up not too far from now.
The
so I'll have my
27th.
redemption chance. Yeah. Oh, that could have come a little quicker. But anyway, I'll wear that shirt then too, and then Tom will get those picks wrong.
Nope.
I don't know. I hadn't ate enough that day. Some blood sugar was low or something. I don't know. Brain was foggy. Did a bunch of wrong picks. Tom probably cheated somehow.
Nope. Everyone knows Tom gets the big banana correct in December. World's End, it's the big banana. We all call it that. See, it's the last pay-per-view of the year. The big banana.
All of we?
Yeah, the big banana.
Shout out in the chat if you agree with Tom. That's what you call
The big banana.
The big banana.
That'd
All
be a
right,
fun
so
name. That would be a fun name for a pay-per-view.
before we get into Dynamite, the big banana, might not, you could have the Savannah bananas.
Yeah, but just like
right? Yeah.
Sunday night's the big banana.
Yeah. We'll write that down. We'll revisit that one.
Yeah, I like it.
Tom's got plenty of good ideas, Tony, if you're looking to hire, but not all of them are home runs. I'll let you decide which ones are and which ones aren't. Tom, before we get into Dynamite, go with the big banana. Before we get into Dynamite, what'd you think of Full Gear, period? I mean, I know you won the picks game, but controversy about some of these happenings at the World's End, or at the Full Gear, excuse me.
Generally speaking, I like that FTR are the champs. I'm hoping that now we can get Brody King to wear this title. I like that Mark Briscoe won the TNT championship. I thought that was good. And I say that because, fast forward a little bit, I liked his presentation tonight after winning it. That somber, more serious, there was no word of the day and all that shit. It was just like, hey, I did this because family is important to me and family was on the line. That's the Mark Briscoe I like. The Mark Briscoe that gets crazy, I feel, should be used on Thanksgiving episodes, right? When it's like a specialty kind of show.
Yeah.
Fine. Give me a word of the day, all that stuff. But when it's like April.
I've known some country folks, right? And there are some that are fun-loving, zany folks until they're not, right? And
Right.
you got to get serious. And then, we ain't joking here, right? And a little more of that. Like, he can be a fun-loving guy until he's pissed off, right? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, when he's pissed off, we need to get more of this. I agree with you. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So, but going back to FTR, I'm glad that they're tag champs because Stokely and having tag champs as he's the manager, I think is great because, again, we've talked about this for years now. More Stokely Hathaway. Always give us more Yeah, always give us Stokely Hathaway. So I like that. Yeah, I like that. I love that Statlander won. I'm so happy Mercedes is not the champion of everything now. She can still be the
champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can still be the South Texas mud flap women's champion or whatever the fuck she's got. Keep all those belts. I don't give a fuck about that.
South Texas mud flap wrestling actually sounds like it might exist.
I know. I will say this though. Okay. So she's got her 2 chances. She lost them. Okay. But we need some refocus on that TBS championship. You can't just be like, oh, I beat Mina Shirakawa on Dynamite one Wednesday, and that means I'm still the best. No, we got to get some storyline around that. Let's focus in on what the fuck we're doing with the secondary title, or get rid of the shit, right? Like it's just an afterthought at this point. You know what I mean?
I agree. I do think it's it feels like it doesn't exist, honestly. That's what I mean. The part of this problem with the 17 belts is they're all one belt to me now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then again, the big news of it, Samoa Joe is your heavyweight champion, your men's heavyweight champion. Shocking. Also, shocking amount of blood loss. That was horrific. And now we've got Swerve Strickland. I will say this, and not to jump too far ahead to what we're going to talk about in Dynamite. Still don't know why he's so pissed at Samoa Joe.
Why is he so pissed at Samoa Joe? But he's swole Strickland now, right?
Yeah, that motherfucker big.
Beefed up. Yeah, wait.
You a big motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, he got around Bobby Lashley and might have got on that Bobby Lashley diet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Weird how he shows up into an organization and then other people get big.
It's brown rice and chicken. And
I mean, it's probably also that, but isn't that weird how, like, one guy who probably has a questionable past with fun things in their body, substance-wise, and then now all the other guys are big, too.
Likes to move to states where they're less, investigative about that as well.
Right. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, good friend.
I forgot the other day when they announced it that he's fucking claiming Dallas, Texas now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got
Dallas,
out of
Texas, like,
Colorado because Colorado
brother,
was
you're
so
from
liberal.
Junktown City.
Well,
Kansas, man.
yeah, you're from the.
Let's get real.
Yeah, I know who you grow up with.
Yeah.
Your fucking best friend growing up is a weirdo.
Where you're at, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, oh yeah, there you go. Theo in the chat says the Kansas City Hot Oil Wrestling Champion Mercedes Moné. There you go. That's another good one. But yeah, overall liked it. Excited to see what this new Hangman, Swerve, Samoa Joe, Hook, all that bullshit. See what happens there. So
Yeah, the quad ops now.
yeah, what'd you think? What did you feel about the pay-per-view?
Man, I thought, yeah, the Hangman losing kind of threw me for a swerve. Pun not intended on that. Swerve coming back is cool, but man, I just feel like the Hangman Championship, going into it, there was all this drama and tension around Hangman and MJF, Hangman and Swerve, and we didn't get the chance to get any of that, because of, the circumstances that surrounded both of those men at the time. But now it just feels like, all right, well, Hangman thing was kind of stalling out, which I don't disagree with, but.
Well, I do think it's interesting that MJF still has that contract. We haven't seen him. So does he just jump in and say, because guess who MJF lost the championship to? Samoa Joe. He may say, bitch, I'm going to fucking cash in on you because you're the one who took everything away from me. You know what I mean?
What if we somehow got to the new 4 pillars? It's Hangman, MJF, Swerve. What, Darby, I guess, still?
Darby. Yeah, Darby is one of the most unique.
Then somehow those 4 are now teaming up, going after the Opps.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, if we're going to say, like, who goes up against the 4 Opps, I think it's Swerve, Hangman, Eddie.
Ooh, Eddie.
And then you got to get the 4th person. The 4th person, I think, needs to be young to counteract Hook. I would get, again, I know they're in a tag team, but I would grab Kevin Knight and be like, you're running with us.
Yeah, Kevin Knight.
Those guys.
Speedball. He's in the
Speedball's great. Yeah,
right?
conglomeration guy. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You go wear those kick pads with no shoes, which makes no sense, and you fucking go hang out with them.
I want to protect my shins, but not My toes.
Not my, yeah. Yeah, just, yeah, whatever. It's the weirdest thing, but I digress. Yeah, that's what I would say should be the 4 that goes up against the Opps. But if that's going to be the case, I need the Opps to then get a little Death Rider-ish. You know what I mean? Like, I need Hobbs to do more of that throwing Hangman through tables kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
I like how they came out today on the Dynamite that we'll get into, like where Joe means business. He's in the suit, right? Like he's about to say some stuff, and of course, we'll talk about what happens there. But like, yeah, a little more like, okay, now I'm running the game kind of thing, right? Y'all got to kiss the ring here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so
okay. Yeah.
Full Gear is there. That was Full Gear. I think, we're going to talk more about some of the individual parts as we go through Dynamite here. And we want you to join us live like the OP has been doing in the chat. If you missed this live, you can hit us up. We have an email. It's aewrapup@gmail.com. That is 1W. Mm-hmm. 1W. And send us, right? Type it out. Audio clip, video clip, whatever, send it. We may or may not read it or play it right here. Check out the website, allelitewrapup.com for all the links you need, the Blue Sky, the YouTube, the podcast, and the donate link for you big ballers. That'll get you pride in knowing that you support the All Elite Wrap-Up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it started. So tonight was Dynamite, the big banana, as everyone calls it.
That's what they call it, yeah.
Yep, it's old big banana. And we kick it off with 2 members of the Don Callis family going up against each other, as I believe this was in the gold bracket. I don't really know what bracket's what, but we're just going to say it's that one. Kyle Fletcher, your former TNT champion, taking on the Continental Champion.
Man, you picked that one right too.
Because But going up against the Continental Champion, come on, the sun's out in July. We all know these things.
It's not always out in July. It's like
it is. There's going to be a day when the sun's out in July. I picked these things right. That's always going to happen.
Month.
Yeah, but it's always going to be July.
You're like, and I win the picks.
Yeah. But going up against the Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. Now, here's the thing that I heard that I don't like, is that the winner of the tournament will be your Continental Champion, but not the Unified Champion. So then if someone else were to win the Continental Championship, then Okada, I guess, breaks off back to the International Championship, but then we also have a National Champion, and then we got a TNT champion, and then we got your men's heavyweight champion.
Hold on. You're telling me the unified belt can now just be ununified? We did all this to rebrand the International Championship?
I guess. I don't know. Here's what I'll say. I think they tried to say that with intrigue. I'm going to say, spoiler alert, I think Okada wins the fucking thing. I think we keep the whole, it's still Okada. I think that's how we're going to get
tournament champion of all
and we're going to get out of this pickle where it's like, now we've introduced 7, 8, 9, 10 more belts. Because, man, everyone knows, or at least they should, I love AEW. I fucking love AEW. My favorite wrestling promotion is not ECW anymore. It is AEW.
I agree. I think this is my favorite run of several years of wrestling. Yeah, ever.
Yeah. But we can also be critical. It's not this thing where it's a zero-sum game where it's like, every decision has been the best. No.
Nope.
Just like you said with
some of it.
Well, just like you said with Mercedes Moné having 17 championships, if there's 17 fucking titles in a promotion, then none of them mean anything. Yep, why would you fight for any of them if they're all just fight for the next one? Hey, I lost TNT. Let's go after Continental. Lost the Continental. Let's go for the Unified. Lost Unified. Let's go for the National. Let's go for West Texas Mud Flap Women's Championship. You know what I mean? So I didn't like that. I didn't like that news. But going back to this match, we had Okada, we had Fletcher.
Cease and desist from West
I
Texas
hope
Mud Flap Wrestling.
We'll interview you. How about that? We'll give you some press. We'll interview you, and then you can fuck off.
Right back to West Texas with you.
Yeah.
You gone.
Take your fucking shitty ass barbecue and get back to
the horse
Texas.
you rode in on with you.
Yeah, and your fucking 9mm, you cocksuckers always pulling guns on me. Anyhow, Okada versus.
Oops, well, slipped out again. I don't know.
Yeah, that happens. But we got Okada, Fletcher, and I like this match. What did you think of the match?
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, look. Fletcher is awesome, right? Okada is still throwing out bangers of matches. That is, what is he, 94 years old, I think, now? And for whatever it is, the Continental Classic, I think, opening with this was good because there's a lot of intrigue in it, right? There's the Don Callis family stuff. There's also, these are two great wrestlers right now. Kyle Fletcher on the come up, just having been scorned off a losing to Mark Briscoe, which was the wrong decision, Tony Khan. But hey, man, the match was great. Really surprised by the ending, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to get the draw. Really did.
Well, yeah, so did I. And I also thought it was interesting that Okada, again, they're both heels, so maybe I shouldn't be so shocked. But it was also interesting that like Okada was pushing the ref into the ropes so that Fletcher would get racked, and like he was doing heelish things to still win. Because you would think like, hey, we're gonna be what's that phrase? Honor amongst thieves, hey, we'll fuck over these guys, but not me and you. But Okada was like, go fuck yourself. I'm trying to win everything. Yeah. But Kyle Fletcher gets the pinfall victory.
Kyle.
And I will say this: we were talking about this offline before we started recording. One thing I also like is so Kyle Fletcher beats Okada. But there was no like, oh, what the fuck? It was just like, man, fuck, I lost. And then Kyle Fletcher was like, hey, gotcha that time. And then it was just, and we're going to keep it moving. I like that. It wasn't like a big to-do.
I do because so far we haven't had that issue. I mean, Kyle Fletcher did get in their face a little bit post loss at Full Gear, right? When he was like, I'm in the tournament too, so fuck off.
Yeah.
But other than that, there hasn't been a lot of this tick and tack back and forth between him and Okada. The issue's been Okada to Takeshita, right? And Kyle Fletcher's just been over there, smell my dick, right? Now I think he might have to kind of assert some of his, hey, I'm the fucking guy here. Right? It's my fucking family.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because, all three of them are in there. Like you said, there's also some intrigue because, spoiler alert, next week it's going to be Claudio versus Moxley. So that'll be fucking fun. So you got some Death Riders in there,
this
right?
This is a great lineup for this tournament. I will give them that.
Yeah, it was really great. We got Okada taking his first pinfall loss in the tournament. And then we got Kyle Fletcher winning the fucking thing. Next up, we get... What do we get? Oh, we get this outstanding promo, as we mentioned, from Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe talks about, hey, like I said, family's on the line. So I'm going to fight to the death for my family, just for my family and not to join that fucking family, right? Because again, if he would have lost, he would have been a Don Callis family member. And that wasn't the case. So really good. What are you expecting out of the out of the Mark Briscoe TNT Championship?
Man, I don't want this to happen, but I get the feeling it's going to be an afterthought when we look back on it, because I feel like they're going to fall into the pit of it's just going to be Mark Briscoe's out to wrestle fill in the blank this week, right? And then eventually somebody beats him who's on the up, and we want, it's time for, I don't know, whoever it is, right? Kevin Knight, right? Let's say to get it or whatever.
Yeah, it should be interesting because it feels as if they are building him up to be like a guy, right?
He's a guy.
Because he beat MJF, right? Beats MJF, sends MJF packing, says, go fucking figure out who you are. So see ya.
Mark Briscoe is a challenger to be worried about, right? For anybody in the top level, right? He may not be always fighting for the world title, but he can get up there and get those guys, right?
So I'm very interested because like you said, I kind of do think, hey, they could easily just have him lose in 3 weeks to, next big Okada. He could lose the fucking TNT Championship to Okada, right? Who knows?
Unify that too.
Unify all the fucking things. One thing I did miss though, we also got after the Fletcher Okada match, as I mentioned, the interview with Kenny Omega. So Lexi Nair goes back there, knocks on the door. Kenny, got a second? Got a question for you? He says, what's up? Lexi Nair goes, so what's your relationship with the Young Bucks? And if you didn't know what happened in Full Gear, the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander beat Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega, so they get the $1 million. Post-match, Don Callis' family's like, we're just going to keep beating up Kenny Omega because that's fun. The Young Bucks up at the ramp, look at Don Callis, look at the money, throw the money down, run down to save Kenny Omega, and then they hug. So then flash forward to tonight, Kenny Omega essentially says, hey, I was under the Don Callis spell. I get it. I can't hold that against him. So let's give it another chance. And then he leaves. And then like 5 minutes later, 5 moments later, the Young Bucks walk out of Kenny Omega's locker room. And who gives a fuck?
So I'll say this. We've been ringing this bell from about the last 2 or 3 times they ran this storyline back of like, tune in next week for another episode of Are They Friends, right? But a lot more people online are saying the same thing this go round, right? Like, I think a lot more people are like, hey, I think a lot of people put 2 and 2 together. You've done this a bunch already. Why should we care? Right?
Well, we've done it a bunch and we're not telling anything new. Also, we did this the first time at the start of COVID. Fucking put that in your brain. That my biggest beef, if I'm being honest with you, isn't even necessarily the like, oh, they're friends again thing. It goes back to the are the Young Bucks going to join Don Callis and hey, the Young Bucks are hitting Kenny Omega's fingers with a chair to keep him out of the cage because we're going to kill Will Ospreay. They literally killed Will Ospreay. There you go. Thumbs up for that. But we're not going to talk about that portion of it, right? Like,
yeah, what did he say today? He just kind of was like, I guess they deserve another chance, but like didn't go into the specifics of what about, right? Oh, you mean when they tried to like kill you and your friend?
Yeah, like the Don Callis thing was the only thing where he's like, oh, I'll give him a chance on that. But it's like, hey, before that, they tried to kill your friend Will Ospreay. What the fuck?
Okay, so let's say you've been hired. Tony Khan says, Tom, we fucked this Young Bucks Kenny Omega thing up. How do we get out of this to make it not the same thing over and over again? What do we do?
Well, I will say that the Young Bucks feel that now they got some money. They're baby faces. Hey, we're going to we like the taste of this money. Let's keep getting this money. We're going to do more money matches. Because I think they can't go to championships right now because that's too soon. But if they win another $200,000, right?
They're even like donating some of it to charity because they're feeling like good guys, right? Yeah.
Well, then they could just be the richest team in AEW, right? Like fuck your championships, we got all the money, right? And then you get, I think
Bucks, like it's Bucks, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And then I think the interesting thing,
they call themselves the Big Bucks now instead of the Young Bucks. Yeah.
If you're gonna, it feels like the Big Banana. It feels like the Young Bucks love, either with Kenny Omega or Hangman, this whole like inner turmoil, crisis of conscience. Okay, here you go. Then here's a new thing on it. And Tim, here's the pin, right here. I got it. Then how about we address that balding balding Young Buck has a gambling problem, and the other one has a family. And they both make money working together. So what, like, do it amongst each other, right? I don't know if it's ever happened. I assume they probably done it in one promotion a couple times. How about Matt versus Nick? How about that? For money.
Yeah, for money, yeah.
Yeah.
They win a big money match, and then they argue over how to spend it and how to split it.
Well, I would even have it where, like, you get... So they win it in the duffel bag, right? Because that's how they did the $1 million, right? You have it at the second match of a pay-per-view. Then they win, let's just say $500,000, right? $500,000. Then you run a same segment that Lexi Nair did with Kenny Omega, where Lexi Nair's like, knocks on the locker room door of the Young Bucks. Hey, we want to hear your reaction. You just won $500,000 earlier, or late last year. You won $1 million. How's everything going? And then you have Matt Jackson going like, yeah, I know we won that money, but where is it? And Lexi's like, what are you talking about? He's like, the duffel bag was here, and now it's not here. And Lexi's like, well, I have no idea. And then Matt goes, have you seen my brother? And she's like, no, I came here to talk to you guys. And then you just end the segment. Then on Wednesday, you have Nick just like showing up to the arena, walking backstage. And then you have Matt come like off camera and push him and goes, what the hell, man?
Where's the fucking money? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I would say you lost all the money. We know that you lost all the money. And then there you go. And now brothers.
Well, how about this one?
Fighting
you don't
over
even
money.
do that. He's like, where's the fucking money? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, you fucking took the money. It was $500,000 and you fucking went to the casino and you probably blew it. And he's like, oh, that's where you're wrong. I doubled that money. And they're like, I don't even give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. You stole the money. You know what I mean? And that's when they're like, no, fine. Then you put the whole $1 million that you've got on the line, you and me.
Yeah, because Matt's whole angle could be like, you're not going to jeopardize my family's stability with your addiction.
Yep.
And Nick is like, I'm fucking winning. Why are we hating
doubled
this?
it. What are you talking about? This is great returns.
Yeah,
this
why
is
do you
easier
hate
than
this?
wrestling? I didn't even have to bump once.
Yeah, like, why do you? And there you go. And then you could have like I think that's interesting. If you're gonna do the whole inner turmoil thing, right? And then Kenny Omega, hey man, you need some fresh matchups. As I keep saying it, you keep calling yourself the greatest, the what is it, the god of pro wrestling, the best bout machine? Prove it. Go with Bobby Lashley. Name the best Bobby Lashley match. Get one out of him at 50 years old. Then I'll call you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. He's an amazing wrestler. But
let's
that's
see you
what I'm
wrestle
saying.
the Costco guy. I want to see what you.
Yeah. No, but I want to see him go up against Bobby Lashley. I want to see these guys get out of their all friends wrestling. You know what I mean? There you go.
I don't hate that.
All right, let's keep it going. Next, we get another tournament match, but it's not the Continental Classic. It's the Women's Tag Team Championship semifinals. We've got the Sisters of Sin taking on the Babes of Wrath. And this was good. I thought, I'm not the moves matter guy. Tim, I think neither are you, right?
Right.
However, this match definitely showed that 3 of these girls are still learning how to wrestle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Okay, now we Irish whip and
wait there and I'm gonna kick. And again, I don't care, like it's fine, but that's the thing I noticed the most out of this match is like, okay.
Yep. No, and it was fine. I guess it appears we are highlighting the Babes of Wrath. Are they winning this thing? I mean, we're going to make picks coming up. Well, will that happen at the next? Is that where the
I don't know.
Tournament gets crowned?
I forget. Don't we don't fact check, and I don't know. I'll say this. It would not shock me Willow Nightingale being part of the first ever tag team champs.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
I would also say there was another segment tonight, jumping around a little bit, where Chris Statlander said, I'm the first one to beat Tony Storm and Mercedes. I'm the first one to be the TBS and the women's champion. I'm going towards the future. Who's coming with me? And you get Willow Nightingale go, me, motherfucker. Yeah. Well, that'd be great. By the way, anyone who's new to listening to our show, I want to always point out, that's Jeff Hardy. We didn't record that.
Yeah,
and that's actually Jeff Hardy.
This is Jeff Hardy saying, hello.
That's Jeff Hardy. But that's why I kind of think it won't be the Babes of Wrath, because I think Statlander needs a dance partner.
Yeah.
And Willow.
I was like, oh, it's all hands on deck here for the Babes of Wrath. And then I saw Tony Storm cut a promo, and holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But the Babes of Wrath beat the Sisters of Sin, so they move on to the finals. They will be taking on the winners of the Timeless Love Bombs or Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. Next up, we hear from our new men's world champion, Samoa Joe, with his group, the Opps, which consists of Shibata and Powerhouse Hobbs. They walk out. And I thought it was actually interesting. They said, hey, this was always the plan. And if you dumbasses don't realize that, take a look at this video. And we see Hook tapping out quick so the Opps can, well, first so that Joe can get the title shot against Hangman the first time around.
Right.
And then he taps again quick so that the Opps get, so it's like, oh, that's why he was acting like such a fucking puss, is because he was throwing fights. Because it's like the UFC.
Yeah.
Isaac, James Krause. Anyhow,
I was telling my wife, I was like, I think we've interviewed this guy like 3 or 4 times on the show even. I was like, this with the James Krause, I was like, and now he's in his second scandal of.
Oh yeah, I've spent the night at his house. I took road trips to St. Louis with him. First time I ever ate sushi was with him. Like, yeah, I've known this motherfucker since 2009. Yeah.
Guy finds the trouble, doesn't he?
Yeah. Don't call me though. I don't know your number.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is I've ridden with this guy. I've slept in hotels with this guy. I've run the roads. But if anybody asks, I never heard of that motherfucker.
I don't know where he is.
I don't know what the fuck
I don't even know where the city of Kansas City is.
We have this recording of you interviewing him. I'm like, I've interviewed so many people. I forgot. See
Yeah,
the guy that wrote that shitty coffee table book?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like, that's AI. But we got Samoa Joe here.
Now.
Oh yeah,
Sir, we caught you on camera taking a shit on the fucking
AI
cafeteria floor here. Be like, that's AI.
Like, no. I saw you with my eyes. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Don't trust anything you see.
Your AIs.
That's a good one. Yeah. So Samoa Joe's like, see, I'm the fucking best guy in the world. Well, before he could really finish his promo,
Didn't get much of it out, did he?
Yeah, SUV pulls up. Prince Nana hands some staple gun to Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland's walking, and then off camera, now center camera, Hangman Adam Page, and they both got chains, and they're walking to the ring. Oh shit!
Yeah.
But before we get there, Samoa Joe goes, "Hook, come on out," and Hook's like, "Don't you guys know I'm the best second generation wrestler?"
I thought this was not bad, actually. For Hook here, right? I thought he delivered probably one of his better promos, honestly. Here,
yeah.
But you can tell it's very. Somebody coached him on how to like deliver emphasis on the right line, right on the right word here, and it's good that we cut it short, though, right? If we would have had him go on long, it wouldn't have been bad.
Right. So we get him cutting that promo, and then Swerve's music hits. And I liked kind of how the lighting was, because it wasn't like, spotlight, there's Swerve. It was just like, a camera guy found him. Let's fucking follow him. And so he comes on the like right side. And then on the other side, we go to the bar. Hangman says, give me a fucking shot. Takes a shot, then grabs a beer bottle. And then the Opps Dojo goes after Hangman and Swerve. They take them all out, right? Boom, boom, boom. Beer bottle up someone's head.
Yep.
And then they get in the ring. Opps take off. And then I guess just for funsies, Swerve and Hangman were like, what if we hung 2 people? Let's hang them.
Yeah.
Hang them.
Yeah, there's this the Opps, they got like a dojo, because he said go get the scrubs. So like they just got an army of foot soldiers now.
Yeah, I like it. The Opps Dojo. You know, why not? And so there you go. We get Hangman and Swerve shoulder to shoulder, walking down, ready to kick the Opps ass. But again, the thing I want to know is, Swerve, why are you so mad?
And do we get, so the Opps are now a 4-man team.
Mm-hmm.
The world champion is also part of the trios champs, or can we freebird the trios champs over to like Hook?
I would like that. Yeah, just, hey, that's your belt now, buddy. Yeah.
He represents me. I'm the boss. You shut your mouth. You're facing Hook, and they're the trios champs now. Shut up. He can even do that to Tony Khan. Tony Khan's like, all right, fine. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Or he does it to Tony Schiavone. And Tony Schiavone's like, okay. And like, you don't have any pull on this. Like, well, now I do. It's that. It's fine. Fucking, that's my call.
Like, Tony, I need to speak to you.
Yeah. So, yeah, because here's the thing that doesn't make sense. And I'll say this. We haven't heard from Swerve, so I'm still positive and patient. Callback. But I am a little disappointed because the last time we saw Swerve, his knee was getting fucking murdered by Okada, And Okada was like middle fingering him like, ah, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, so
And
why
then
is
was
he not
it
mad at Okada?
And then was it Wardlow who came out, and then Wardlow took him out?
Right, because Wardlow was in the family.
Yeah. And again, so I get it. Maybe Wardlow's hurt. We don't got timelines, but you can still be mad at Don Callis. But now you just chose
And isn't
Samoa
everybody?
Joe.
But
Yeah, but now you've just chose Samoa Joe.
well, look,
I need to know
he's
why.
World champion.
Yeah, but it's also Hangman. So are you doing it because
But then
Hangman
that's
was?
it. That's where Hangman can be like, "That's what this is about," and they'd be like, "No, I mean,
Yeah.
no, yeah, but no, but yeah, right, guy." He'd be like, "Nana, tell him," and then just like leave, and Nana's like,
You want a shot? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You want some coffee, boss?"
Yeah. All right, so then we go back to the Continental Classic. We get Jon Moxley versus Dorada here, right? What's his name?
Hey, Jon Moxley in a tournament here, right? This is a fun one too, right? Because Jon Moxley, up until recently, was a can't lose kind of guy.
Well, and his last time he was in the Continental Classic, he made it to the finals and lost to Eddie Kingston in the first ever Continental Classic. So it's not like he's not used to this either, but
man, let's rewind a little bit. He's not a can't lose guy now, right? Because
he's Mr. Tapper. He
loves to tap out to Kyle.
Yeah, he's wearing them tap out shoes. And again, so he beats Dorada here tonight. Okay, as you probably should,
Expected,
right?
yeah.
But next week is Claudio.
We can start playing into the Moxley's losing hold of the power in the Death Riders, right?
Did you catch this thing at Full Gear? This little moment at Full Gear. So anyone again who didn't watch Full Gear, Kyle O'Reilly taps out Jon Moxley. Kyle O'Reilly though was severely hurt. Jon Moxley gets a little pissed that it's like, you beat me, but now you can't even fucking stand up. So then he goes in there, he's like, I'm gonna kick his ass. And so he takes the boots to him. They take him out. But Jon Moxley jumps the barricade as he typically does, and he goes. But you get Garcia, Pac, and I even think Wheeler Yuta, and they look at Claudio, and Claudio goes, and then they take off. Claudio gave the head nod of like, all right, we can go. Mm-hmm. Now, is that just, hey, he's second in command, or is it like, no, look, I call the shots.
We've been wondering this, like if Moxley is going to get kicked out of the Death Riders, right, and who leads. I would love it to be Claudio. I just worry that Claudio is never going to be the guy, right, to kind of lead a group, right? I just don't think it's his personality type to stand up there and cut those kind of promos. I think Pac is, right? But would Claudio follow Pac? Right? Like, is that the guy he's ready to ride behind?
Well, I mean, Claudio could still be the leader, but Pac is the mouthpiece. It still could be that. You know what I mean? It still could be like that. He's fucking talking.
He's the silent leader, and he gives the nods. And
right. Yeah. The way I want Moxley to get kicked out of the Death Riders, though, the way I think it would be the best is if it was Marina Shafir that did it. Because it's been like, that's my girl. This is my main, Because really, if you were to like look at the pecking order, you might say that it goes Moxley, Marina, Claudio.
If suddenly she was the leader of the Death Riders, wouldn't that be?
That'd be weird. She couldn't do it well. But I would like it for her to be like, boom. And he's like, what the fuck? And then they all kick the shit out of him, Yeah,
have her be the one to strike that first low blow, right?
Yeah.
And then he looks up and he's like, what? And then she's foot on his neck, and then they all...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Claudio or Pac can cut the promo. We kicked you out because you're a pussy.
No, you know what they do? Plastic bag him.
Yeah. Oh. Here you go. This is how you do it. This is how I'd want it done. I'll say this. So you don't do the low blow from Marina. You just do Pac, hits him in the back of the head, falls down. They're kicking him. Marina is in the corner. It's just like, what the fuck is happening? They look at Marina, and then she just pulls the bag from her back pocket. And then, and it's her, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. So she's like standing there like, oh shit. Like, what do I, wait, yeah. They looked at her, and she's like, she just kind of, hey man, can't beat him, join him, right? So she fucking... Bag.
Oh, And then a super callback. You could have, you know who should cut the fucking promo on why he got kicked out is Yuta. And Yuta could go back all the way to, remember when I got in the Blackpool Combat Club and all the things you told me? You're a pussy.
You know
You're
what
not
would
even
be
that anymore.
The best touch on this is if it was masterminded and guided by Bryan Danielson.
No, yeah,
too,
it
right?
would. But yeah. But
But
anyhow.
if he got the final, like, fuck
Yeah.
you, Moxley.
Yeah, that would be, but then he'd have to
If
get back.
he was able to put the bag, maybe that's
Yeah.
it. She's like, she pulls out the bag, and they're like, yeah. And she goes to put it on. She's like, she just points over at Bryan Danielson. He's like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah. Goes out.
Ah,
Yeah, fuck it, yeah, right? He could be timid going in there like, you're not going to jump me, right? Like,
I'm
all
killing
right,
him too.
let me murder this guy.
All right. So then after Jon Moxley wins, before he could really even celebrate, we hear the music of timeless Tony Storm.
Oh, man.
And in a segment.
I've missed Timeless Tony Storm in this way, but go ahead.
Well, and here, this is again the thing that I would love to challenge AEW. If they truly are listening or, hearing us or whatever, all that kind of stuff. The thing I would challenge them on is to produce more segments like this. At the beginning of the fucking night, did you ever think Jon Moxley and Tony Storm will have some weird kind of standoff?
No, and it was so good that I want a Texas death match between Jon Moxley and Tony Storm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good.
Because that was also the nonverbals from Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley kind of did this like, Marina, I'm holding you back, but also let's not get too close to this fucking crazy
like
lady,
this
right?
ladies, yeah.
The
The whole thing is like, for Jon Moxley's character, he's like, do I think this lady could beat me up? No. Do I think I'll have to murder this lady to stop her from trying? Yes. Right?
And I'm tired.
God damn it. I did not want to do that. She's nuts. Right?
Yeah.
She probably
and I'm
has
tired. I just got
she's
done
probably
with the
got
match.
a fucking gun tucked in her goddamn. It's like, no.
Well, and so Tony Storm says next week, because her team won the tag match at Full Gear to get the stipulation of the semifinal match. That's the only thing I'd change there. It's like, I want it for the finals. But anyhow, Tony Storm says it's going to be a holiday hardcore death match.
So,
What do you think?
first of all, and I can't even remember all the details of what she said in the promo, but I remember just being like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've missed this from Tony Storm, right? Coming out, throwing fucking heaters, and just saying things that nobody else can. Yeah, and throwing them at Moxley, claiming to be tougher, badder bitch, or whatever. I don't even remember what she was saying to him, but just so amazing. Yeah, timeless love bombs. Could this be set up for one of them to swerve each other?
Well, that's who I think's going to win it. I think it's going to be the timeless love bombs.
Okay.
I think Tony Storm gives the championship credibility because she's Tony Storm.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Marina and Megan Bayne.
I don't think that. No, I think we're getting Willow and Harley versus timeless
Tony
love
Storm.
bombs. But
Yeah.
I just wondered how we get out of that. I thought maybe could we get Marina turns on Tony Storm or vice versa, right? But then we'd be turning Tony Storm heel.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I'll reveal something a little vulnerable, but then I want it to be applied to pro wrestling.
Okay. All right.
I like the
Is this about
WNBA.
your micro penis?
Yes.
Oh, the WNBA.
Because I like the WNBA. Now, I like the style of play. It's more relatable. I am not 7'9" and Duncan and all that stuff. The women play a more style that I play, right?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Now, also why I watch, though, and this is just straight up real, so again, not trying to be offensive or anything, but the majority of the women in the WNBA are lesbians and have relationships with each other.
Yeah.
There are a game where a married couple will play against each other.
Yeah.
There's also games where a married couple are on the same team and now have beef because someone didn't rotate over on a pick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. How do you go home with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
fucking cost us the goddamn game.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So taking that concept, right? Taking that part of what I was talking about with the WNBA and applying it to Tony Storm and Mina, because one thing in Tony Storm's promo that she said is she's like, I woke up this morning, I rolled over, I looked at Mina. Yeah, I looked at Mina. I realized I didn't get her a Christmas gift. And then she announces the match, right? So again, we're basically saying, without saying it, that this is a couple. I can't ever remember a couple champion, right? Tag team champions. Now, maybe in like Mexico with the mixed. Well, yeah, even that, right? And so add that element to the tag champs, I think would be fucking awesome.
I agree. It would be good. We'll see what happens. Great promo, though. My God, Tony Storm is
the best.
Just does it at a level nobody else can even sniff, man. She's just so good.
The best. The fucking best. Speaking of someone who's the best, he's arguably having the best year of his career. But next up, we get Darby Allin. Darby Allin taking on Kevin Knight back in the C2 tournament. Now, the thing I liked about this is they kind of did protect Darby Allin by saying he's not 100%. Thrown through fire.
Got murdered.
Got beat up by Pac. And now he's in this fucking thing. So Kevin Knight beats him. Straight up beats him. But they did keep kind of saying, hey, he's not 100%. Hey, he's not 100%.
Hey, whatever happens, man, that's 3 points.
Yeah. And so Kevin Knight gets the big pinfall victory of the Dynamite card.
That's cool, man.
Well, I also say that coast to coast where Darby's hanging upside down. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Right?
Yeah. Kevin Knight's cool, man. I'm telling you that. Yeah. The more they can kind of, he's got a swagger and stuff that, like, remember early Street Profits when, like, they were really kind of, the crowd was really getting into the dance and everything. Like, he's just got that kind of swagger, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a swagger that's not Swerve Strickland, where Swerve has this thing of like, hey man, are we doing something that we probably shouldn't? Kevin Knight's is, we're cool, but we're all comfortable here. We're not fucking.
Yeah, no man, we're here to party. We're here to dance. We're here to I'm gonna go beat this guy's ass in this match, but like
afterwards, we'll just yeah,
man. He's the DJ. Let's go.
I'm gonna do something silly here. He's the Michael Jordan of Private Party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the Michael Jordan of the Private Party.
Yeah, he's Michael Jordan of Private Parties. Yeah.
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 Like Private Party wishes they were Kevin Knight. You know, like that's the fucking iteration that we're trying for. It's just he's singular and by himself. Tell you what, if they come back, Private Party all beefed up, I'm like, what is Bobby Lashley doing? Because then it'd be like, okay, what is happening? Now everyone's fucking 250 and muscles on top of muscles. This is weird, but anyhow.
It's just dedication. It's just gym time.
Gym time.
Creatine.
Chicken and rice. There you go.
Chicken and rice.
All right.
Water.
Speaking of someone.
Got to monitor your water intake and your sodium.
Well, someone who does that very well is in our main event, Claudio Castagnoli. And he takes on Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't let him do the pockets, man.
Yeah, but isn't and that's one of the things. But isn't Orange Cassidy kind of the best? Because I'll say this. He loses here tonight, right? Against Claudio. But it doesn't really fucking matter.
No. If for whatever reason, at the next pay-per-view, whoever was slated got in a car accident on the way there, can't wrestle, they had to fill in the blank. If Orange Cassidy came out and was like, whatever, like we're like, hell yeah, let's do this, right? Like he could be in that match, he could win it, we'd be like, well, I love this, right? Like,
well, and this is actually a perfect example of kind of something I don't like about Mercedes Moné. The 17 titles, you have 17, you have none to me, right? Like it's all just mindless. But that's not what is my beef with her. My beef with her is she's not interesting because it's rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. What makes Orange Cassidy interesting is I don't know. I didn't know if he was going to beat Claudio or if he was going to lose to Claudio, right? So I'm interested even at a casual level because his character is complex. He's obviously skilled enough to beat any fucking wrestler on the roster.
Yeah, but he has a problem with trying hard enough and caring.
And he also has, again, if we were saying this was a real fight, he has holes in his game that can be exploited by Claudio, who's not a bum, right? And so I will watch if it just said it was a holiday show, the classic WWE holiday shows where we're all just throwaway kind of things. If it was a show like that for AEW, I'm going to watch an Orange Cassidy match over a Mercedes Moné match.
He feels like Michigan State in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Michigan State might lose in the second round.
They win the whole thing.
They might be a 12th ranked one year, right? But they could win the whole goddamn thing anytime. They'd be in the Final Four. You know what I mean? Like, you got to watch them. You never know.
Yeah, I would say obviously different characters, but same kind of profile. It feels a lot like Chris Jericho, where Chris Jericho was a champ and could beat Bryan Danielson, but then could lose to
team up with three-man band and lose in the pre-show.
Yeah. He lost to Action Andretti, right? And so that's why I like Orange Cassidy so much, and why I would like put him as like a pillar of AEW is because he's super unique, he's fascinating, and he has depth. It's not, hey, you know what I do? The same thing last week. You know what I do next week? The same thing last week. It's like, fuck off. And again, Mercedes
we don't get
matches,
Orange Cassidy must pose, even though he does a lot of the same things.
Right.
Like we don't have to get it the same way every time and every time.
Yes. Yes, that's the point. Yeah, he'll do the pockets thing, but it's going to be something different, right? It's going to be Claudio not letting him do it, or it's going to be he does it the entire match, or he gets staple guns into his fucking hands, like all that stuff. That because I keep seeing it online where like people are just mad that Mercedes. No. At least for me, I'm not even mad. I'm not interested. It's using WWE terminology, it's X-Pac heat. I just don't fucking care.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And her matches are great. The match with Chris Statlander fucking ruled. The 14 suplexes like the Eddie Guerrero thing,
100%.
Awesome. Her matches at pay-per-views, sign me up. I'll watch them every single time. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Her promos and week to week on Dynamite at this point, yawn.
Yeah.
Yawn. That's my issue. So for the Discord, sickos, and Blue Sky individuals, she could have 62 belts. If it's interesting, I'll care. But if not, it's white noise. And that's kind of what she is. Now, she has an opportunity to be interesting here, right? She lost to Chris Statlander. If she comes back and is just like, but I'm still the TBS champ, I will be so disappointed.
Tom, when has Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné been anything other than, okay, now it's promo time and I'm the like, that's exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to be the same thing.
That's fascinating. You know what I was just thinking as you were saying that? If you were to take the 4 horsewomen, right?
Yep.
If you were to take a snapshot of who they were in 2015, and then a snapshot of those 4 women today, 3 of them have gone through complexity, character changes, more understanding of the motivations and desires, and one of them has been the same exact thing.
Same gimmick. The whole
it's not even like a change. There hasn't even been a change. It's just been
changed.
Yeah.
The name is the only thing that changed.
How are you not taking advice? Again, maybe you are and you're just not hearing it, but like Bailey is super interesting. I mean, I don't know right now, but when I was watching, she was super interesting. Mm-hmm. How are you not taking cues from her?
Yeah, I don't know.
Winning fucking belts is not interesting. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not.
It's not.
So there you go. That was Dynamite. Like I said, next week, we got some great things to look forward to. Claudio versus Jon Moxley.
It's so crazy.
Tomorrow night, you got Thanksgiving, so you can watch that instead of a shitty Bengals game.
Collision.
Collision. Yeah, you can watch Collision instead of a shitty Bengals game. And then also next week, Tim is going to be wearing this fucking shirt.
Oh, look at it. Ew,
look at it.
Ew. What are you just like throwing it on the ground and clean up your dog messes with it? I bet.
No. Maybe. No.
Like, no, but you gave me an idea.
Yeah, hey, you missed a week. I guess I got to use something to clean here. So yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing that we forgot to talk about that I'm very, very interested in, and I can't believe I forgot it, so my apologies. Eddie Kingston did mention that he is wrestling tomorrow night against Shibata. He said, hey, Joe, you called my name out. Can't get a title shot, so why don't I beat up one of your friends? That'll get me a title shot. But he wouldn't talk about Hook. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's going to go after him and try to beat him up, right? But like...
Or is it just a clean break? Is it just man, fuck that guy? And then he just...
Yeah, hey, partner, you want to make their decision? You make your decision, and that's fine. We'll meet down the road some way, somehow.
Yeah. Because, man, you're swimming in the deepest of deep ends if you think Hook can promo with Eddie Kingston.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Hook can't promo with hardly anybody, man.
But, like, storyline even. You know what I'm saying? Like...
I want to see an Eddie Kingston-Tony Storm promo battle. That's what I want to see.
I just want to see the two bump into each other. That's the kind of shit I'm wanting. Just bump into each other. There you go.
That thing's turned black and white, and he's like, what in the fuck? He's going to be like, he'd be like, somebody put some in this fucking drink?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. God, we got to get Eddie Kingston all the fun shit in the next year, because I don't know how many more years we got. But I want Eddie Kingston, Kenny Omega. I want Eddie Kingston, Shelton Benjamin. Eddie Kingston MVP, like that promo battle would be fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Eddie Kingston MJF.
Eddie Kingston MJF is the fucking thing to do. There's a video that I watched actually. Larry Sweeney. You'll hear Eddie Kingston mention his name a couple different times, right? He was a pro wrestler that Eddie had a rivalry with in Chikara, and unfortunately Larry passed away from. Yeah, but Larry Sweeney is was a lot like MJF, and that fucking rivalry ruled. And so it's just like, so then do that.
So just do it now. Yeah,
we know now. So and do it on the and no offense, I don't know much about Larry Sweeney, but like MJF can get the most out of you. There, yeah. I want to see Eddie Kingston bump into all our favorites, right? Kenny, MJF, MVP, fucking now a rivalry with Hangman, Samoa Joe. Like, let's do that shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's do that shit. And the shit you should do is go on our website, allelitewrapup.com. You should email us, aewrapup@gmail.com. That's 1W. Check out videos of South Texas Mudflap Wrestling.
Yeah.
And check us out next week, I guess, and see me wearing the fucking shirt.
I will see you next week, dumbass.